Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and continuation to the Python playlist, which one video I published yesterday related to the introduction to Python, how to use, where to install, and what are the different career perspective of the Python. So hope you like that video. So let's continue from there, and we will start today. As I told from yesterday, like we will start with the Jupyter notebook, and in the middle I will go with the PyCharm as well, but you are free enough to use any of the tool, either Jupyter notebook or PyCharm or any other tool, as per your choice. The code remains same. So what I did here, I open up the Jupyter notebook. I just created a folder so that all the files would be placed over there. So Python you to practice, I'm just giving a folder over there, and let's start with that. So whenever you are opening up the Jupyter notebook, just create a folder over there, and once you create the folder, go to that particular folder and click on the new and click on the Python 3. Automatic Python 3 will become up there. So click on the Python 3. So it will open up a notebook which will be looks like this. The first thing first, I need to change the name of this file. Okay, so here I will just double click on this and I will say this is my first writing code in Python. So this is the first writing simple code we will write. So I just giving a name called writing code in Python. Rename done. Now let me introduce to few areas of the Jupyter notebook. So as per this is nothing but is like the title of the file, and here the save is automatic in a 2 minutes window. Automatic it will auto save if you are not saving anything, but you have the choice to save it as well. And these are the options we have in the menu, like the file menu. We have couple of option: edit, view, insert, cells, kernel, widgets and all. So by heart we no need to remember anything, but once in a while we require, that time I will explain you why it is required. Okay, the same option is available in the as a toolbar, and here we have option called code, markdown, heading, all these things. So we will discuss about these two window, the code and markdown. We'll see, and this is the code. Okay, so where you can write your code. So if you see there is a if you go to the cursor, this is coming as a green, so it means that we can start writing the code over there. If you say outside of this, this is called the blue, it's an inactive cell. So each cell, and we can, after writing this, we can add any cells also. If you click on the plus, okay, and we can say plus, we can have n number of cells down as well. Okay, and we can move this to up as well. So we can do anything. Okay, we can create n number of cells here. Okay, and if you want to delete this, you can just click on this and delete, unselect it and delete. If you do this, I don't think so it will be deleted. Okay, so just inactive in the sense, just create outside of this like this, and then we can delete it. Okay, so this is called your normal cells. Okay, now as I told you that there could be two kinds of cells, one is the code and one is the markdown. So markdown cells is nothing but when you are planning to give some headings, right? So that time you want to give a couple of headings, so that whenever why it is required, because suppose you created a file and you want to hand it over to any of your colleagues or in your teammates. So whenever he is coming to the Jupyter notebook, he or she should understand that what exactly this notebook have, the code is what exactly it is about, right? So by clearing the instruction, which is very helpful. So how to create a mark cell? Normally, if you write, this is a normal code cells only. Okay, first of all, inactive cells, in the sense outside of that, make it a blue, then press M, just keyboard M. So automatically it will change to a markdown, CPC, or we can directly change it here from code, unselect it and click on the markdown. That is also possible. Or the shortcut is something like M. Automatically it will mark down. Alright. So now here there are some once it is marked down, there are some syntaxes there. Okay. So if you give a one liner, one hash, so that represents a header. Okay, header. So it's like a header. Enter. And if you say double 2, this is called a subheader. lightly on a smaller size, it will be subheader, and how many you are giving, that comes on the details. Okay, just like that. And suppose you want to give a number, like something like this, 1 2 3, we can give it at, okay, just like a normal numbers and all. Okay. So all these things we can do it over here, so don't worry. I will take another chapter for this to set up the markdown, like in a beautiful way to markdown, but this is not the right time to set it up. So but we will set some headings here. Okay, I will give two headings here, and I will say so we are discussing about data types in Python. So this is our main agenda of today. Okay, data types one, and to run this we have option, either we can run it from here, okay, or you can press shift enter. So automatically this heading will be there, data types for the Python. This is very much helpful. Okay, now on the below we can write our own codes. Fine. So here, but basically I will write it here itself. So further data types I have. Okay, let's different data types. So I have my first data type. So I have my first data type as called numeric data type. Okay, next I have a data type called text, then I have a data type called boolean, then I have a data type called none. Okay, then I have a data type called sequence. Okay, then I have a data type called mapping. We'll discuss thoroughly each and everything, don't worry about that. Okay, then another data type called set. Alright, so this is the way it is there. In the numeric, let's see, we have, there are three types. Okay, first is called my integer, second is called my float, and third is called my complex. So basically integer means nothing but a number, we will discuss with the example. Float is nothing but a decimal number. Complex numbers are we rarely use, but complex numbers are used for the data science purposes. So text, in the text data type is nothing but is called string. The data type name is called string, the characterization is a string. Boolean, we have two types of things in boolean. One is true and second one is false, and make sure that this is true is capital T and F is capital F. If you write true as, because Python is case sensitive, if you write TRU with a T capital, that represents a boolean. If it's a TRU is small, that not represents a boolean expression. Same lies for the false as well. Please note it down. None is nothing but just like a null or something, that is that. Sequence data type is very much important in Python. So there are multiple types we have. First is list, then I have my tuple, then I have my range. These are the three types I have. And on the mapping, I have one type that is called dictionary. Okay, dictionary, this is the one. And under the set, I have set. So there are two sets of sets are actually in Python. So let me put a tab one here, this is called normal set, and second one is called my frozen set. Okay, so these are the data types I have in my Python. Okay, let's discuss. Let's shift enter. Okay, so these are the different data types I have. You can write it this one so that you can remember as well. Okay, now as far as the integer concerned, so if I say a equals to 10, so a is a variable which holds the 10. Okay, so 10 represents integer. How it is represented? Let's see. Then I want to print a. So print a is equal to 10. I want to give the to display the value of a. Okay, so you need to use a statement called print a. Okay, so if I shift enter, it will give you output as 10. Here we have a flexibility in Jupyter Notebook is that. And one more thing, if you want to give a comment, you just need to give a hash. So if you want to give a comment for this, instead of print, I can directly put a also, same output. This will apply on the Jupyter Notebook, but when you come to the PyCharm, we can't directly put the variable name, it will not print. You need to give a print. So basically practice better to with the print a only, because sometimes if you have a like a practice with the normal syntax a, b, c, all like a variable name, it will throw an error in other IDs. Okay, so this is the way. So make sure that you are doing the print a. Okay, so now I told that a is 10, but how you can make sure that that is like whether it is a integer type or what. So for that I will say print, I want to use a function called type of a, so that what type of data. So a holds, see, class is integer. Alright, so this is called integer value. So if I say a 10.0 and if I execute this, and if I say print type of a, it will be converted into a float. Make sense? Okay. Now my name, say name equals to, let's say, Ajit. So this is just like a string. Okay, so after that, suppose I will say print name, it will give you the value. Then if I say print type of name, so it will give you output as string. Alright, so this is the way we can represent all the functions. So the type function we will use to get the type of what kind of data it's stored inside. Make sense? Okay, so other topics, like let's not go to the details of like complex number. The complex number we will not use. The sequence, the mapping, dictionary, this is very later and come into the stage. Okay, so here this is the way we will do it. Okay, now here one more thing, that as I told, the Python is very case sensitive. So whenever you are doing it, you just make sure that it will be what you call it will be proper case sensitivity. Suppose t true, I give an example of true and false in that case. Okay, so now suppose we have declared few variables, right? Suppose a, and then we declared a variable called name. Okay, all this. So there is a two magic commands is there in the Jupyter Notebook, which you can use to access what are the variables we have in the list. Okay, so first command is called who. Okay, if you execute it, it will give you the variable names a and name. These are the two variables as of now on this notebook we have declared. Okay, or we can say who as whose. Here if you say whose, it will say the variable name, what type of data, and what it holds right now. That all the information will be. These are called the magic commands of the Jupyter Notebook, who and whose. Make sense? Now suppose somehow I got the two variables, and one of the variables I want to just remove it, I don't want. Okay, so I can use a function called del name, a variable name. Okay, and if I execute it, now if I say whose, I will not able to get the name because del is now deleted or the removed. Alright, fine. Makes sense? Now let me make another markdown here, and I will say different operations. Okay, so different operations, numeric operations. Okay, numeric operations. Numeric operation, what is the numeric operation is big deal, like addition, then second is subtraction, as these are very common things across everything. Okay, I'm just going faster because these are the things we know. everybody almost knows. Okay, addition, subtraction, multiplication, then division, okay, then fifth one is called my floor division, okay, and sixth one is called the modulo. These are the 6 operation we can do in a addition. Subtraction I am not doing actually, okay, because this are everything we know that. Let's discuss about the division, floor division and modulo, normal one. Okay, so suppose I will say print 4 divided by 3. Okay, so 4 divided by 3, it will say 1.333333, normal division. Okay, so if I say print 4 so it will give you the floor division, double slash. So it will just give you the before to the part, floor division. It will not give you the decimal point. Okay, this is the way. And if suppose you say print 4 modulo 3, okay, then it will give you the remainder part 1. This, in this case it is 1 only, so 3 is to 1, then whatever the remainder is coming up, that is the 1. Fine. So now this is the way. This is called your numeric operation. Now let's discuss about few things on the, let me put a mark down, say string operations. So string operations, okay. So basically in Python, how to declare a string, okay, that's a main objective. Then we can do the string operation and all. Okay, so the first of all, suppose let's take I am writing a message. Say I am putting a single quote, I love Python coding. Okay, then I am saying print MSG. Right, so very simple, it is giving me, this is called a string, I love Python coding. Instead of single quote, if I say, so same thing, if I go here and if I write it in a double quotes, and if I run this, this is also will work. So Python allows you to declare a string with a single quote as well as with a double quote as well. Both is possible. Okay. So when to go for single quote, when to go for a when to go for a single quote and when you go for a double quote. Let me give an example. So let's take message. I say in a single quote. Okay, so I want to say I read multiple Python's books. Okay, so what happened in this case is I read multiple Python's book. Here in between the string I have a single quote, apostrophes. Okay, so if I run this now, print MSG, it will throw an error because up to here it is a string and after that what is this, doesn't matter, right? So whenever you want to include a single quote inside the string, then better embed inside into a double quote. This will work. It will give you I read multiple Python books. Alright, and when suppose you want to, instead of single quote, if you want to put a double quote here, again it will not work. Then time you can enclose inside the single quote. Then this also will work. Make sense? So what to approach? This, in this case you can approach either or. Okay, but from the starting of the project, set a rule that I will go with the string with a single quote or I will go with the double quote. Based on the decision, please stick to that. Don't mix it like one string I am defining single quote, one string I am defining double quotes. That is not good at all. Okay, so better to decide first of all what exactly needs to be done here. all right. Okay, makes sense. Now suppose I will say message equals to I love Python. Okay, and message 1 equals to books. Two strings are there. So if I say print msg plus msg1 concatenation, so it will give you I love Python books. You can give a space as well here, so like this plus, so it will give you I love Python books. So this plus symbol in case of string, it's called the concatenation operator. Okay, whereas in normal integer kind of things, it is called your the addition subtraction addition, sorry, it will just add the two numbers, whereas in case of string it is just like a concatenation operator. All right, so one more operation is there in case of string. Say message 1, okay, message 1 into 4, let's check. So what does it mean? Like normally 3 into 4 is 12, but the message 1 is holding the books. So if I say here run, it will just display that many times the strings books. So these are the two operations can be possible in string. Okay, so what I have discussed, just recall this. So we are discussing about the data types, we discuss numeric string and how to declare, how to check the type of the different variables, and we see the two magic command who and whose, how to delete the variable, or numeric operations, string operations, everything we have done it. Okay, so let's stop it here, and next we'll start with the string indexing. Okay, hope you are liking this video of this content. Please do subscribe to this channel for more interesting content like this. Okay, and you'll thoroughly enjoy this. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.